So I'm coming to you today from my comfy chair. My back's bothering me, so I figured it was a good way to do it. So if the laptop's a little shaky, it's because it's sitting on my lap, like a laptop should, right? All right, so we're going to talk today about cozy mysteries that have a festival. So those are some of my favorites. I really like when there's some sort of festival going on in the town. Gives you a chance to like meet more of the townspeople and to see all the different shops and and then they throw a murder in with it and you can't beat it. So, well, there was a lot of them, but we're going to talk about a few of the ones that I found. So the first one was Claret and Present Danger by Sarah Fox. So I'm not going to go into whether it's the first or the third or whatever in the series. You can find that out when you look them up. But just the fact that it had a festival. So this one, it says the True Heart Renaissance Fair and Circus has rolled into town, attracting locals who can't wait to spend a few summer days lost in a whimsical world of all-knowing fortune tellers and daring acrobats. Well-read pub owner Sadie Coleman is swept up in the magic herself when she serves drinks to the fair's resident wizard, the shamelessly brazen illusionist Ozzy Stone, and scores 2 tickets to his opening performance. So Sadie has no complaints about indulging in a free show with her new beau, craft brewery owner Grayson Blake. But while Ozzy is an instant crowd pleaser, the real surprise comes when he collapses in the middle of his set. It's not part of the act. Ozzy is dead, seemingly poisoned by someone who wasn't clowning around about writing the roguish showman's final chapter. So that one's not quite a festival, but I figure a Renaissance fair and circus, that kind of counts as far as I'm concerned. It's like it's still that, they might not call it a festival, but it's still that atmosphere. So the next one sounds really cute, and it's got this cute dog on it, eating his blueberry dog bones. And it's called Murder at the Blueberry Festival by Darcy Hannah. And it says, after a career on Wall Street, Lindsay is making a different kind of dough in a pretty lakeside village. And the upcoming Blueberry Festival, including the pie eating contest her bakery is hosting, is the highlight of the summer. But soon, Beacon Harbor runs into a patch of trouble. A local real estate agent gets pranked. A parade float gets pelted with water balloons. It's all laughed off until the stunts start escalating and looking more like sabotage. As the event turns into a debacle complete with rampaging goats, Lindsay's sweetheart, a former SEAL, starts investigating. But the juicy mystery takes a bitter turn when a man dressed up as a Viking is found dead in a boat, and it's no longer mischief, but murder. Oh, that sounds good. Kind of hard to tell, too, is because Lindsay's sweetheart is the one that they talk about investigating. Is Lindsay investigating too, or do we have a male sleuth? Or do we have a team? So we'll see. The next one is called A Twinkle of Trouble by Daryl Wood Gerber. And it says Courtney is delighted when her tiny friend Fiona returns from the fairy realm, appearing at the base of a cypress tree. When her ragdoll cat Pixie emerges from her own portal, aka the cat door, the three set off for a busy day. Busier than usual since Courtney has rented a small plot of land at the flower farm where she hopes to grow her own supplies for her fairy garden business. Plus, the annual Summer Blooms Festival is coming up and Courtney has booked a booth. But the murder of Courtney's friend Genevieve casts a pall over the event. Ever since Genevieve sold her floral business, she's been building a career as an influencer. She was perennially opinionated, that's hard to say, but in her new role, she'd become surprisingly vicious, dissing local entrepreneurs with nasty posts and unwarranted bad reviews. That's landed a couple of Courtney's other friends on the suspect list, including flower farm owner Daphne Flores. And when a second victim is discovered, seeds of doubt about Daphne's innocence sprout in Courtney's mind. With only a germ of a clue, Courtney will have to overturn every rock to get the dirt on the real killer. Could they have had more puns in there? I don't think so. All right, so that's that one. The next one is Deep Fried Death by Maddie Day. And it says many residents of South Lick, Indiana claim the outhouse race, in which competitors push old timey outhouse replicas on wheels at the annual Abe Martin Festival on Memorial Day, is the best thing since indoor plumbing. Is there actually an Abe Martin festival anywhere? Do we know who Abe Martin is? Anyway, uh, just because the country's just because country store and restaurant owner Robbie Jordan has too much to do managing her deep fryer as well as an old lover reappearing, she's not going to miss out on the fun. Plus, it's good for business. But when a dead body and a cast iron skillet tumble out of Pans and Pancakes outhouse entry on the race route, it seems someone is trying to frame Robbie in a most unconventional way. Now she'll need to be privy to the town folks' secrets as she races to flush out the killer. Oh my goodness. I I feel like I've just fallen into like a whole bunch of really bad dad jokes. But anyway, we'll keep going. And just, I'm sorry if I keep looking away. I've got my notes up in front of me, so it's kind of back and forth between them. So the next one is The Cider Shop Rules by Julianne Lindsay. And it says the fall festival is in full swing. Civil War reenactors from 3 counties are partaking in Blossom Valley's tribute to John Brown. Blue Ridge Mountain's foliage is in full bloom, and best of all is Jacob Potter's pumpkin farm, where his hay rides, piglet races, pumpkin picking, and corn maze are time-honored draws for locals and tourists alike. That's why it's such a shock when Mr. Potter is found dead, hidden under a tarp in the back of Winnie's pickup truck. Uh-oh. This certainly betrays Potter's reputation as one of the town's most popular citizens. Fortunately, when it comes to solving a murder, no one has a patch on Winnie. Now all eyes are on her to do it. Unfortunately, that includes those of the killer who will do anything to keep an orchard full of secrets he's buried. Wow. All right, and you probably noticed it's got a new cover, so not really sure why, but I just pulled it up and I knew what the cover was, supposed to look like, and then when I saw that, I was like, oh, interesting. So the next one I'm really looking forward to. I think it sounds really cute. And it's got this dog on the front eating waffles, which I think is cute too. It's called A Waffle Lot of Murder by Lena Gregory. And it says, when the first hints of autumn grace Boggy Creek, Florida, Gia misses the colorful harvest traditions she left behind in New York. On a scramble to make new fall memories and promote her irresistible pumpkin spice waffles, oh, that sounds good, things take a dark turn when she gets roped into the Haunted Town Festival, a spooky celebration held on deserted farmlands. The desolate area conjures plenty of eerie vibes at night, but Gia and her best friend Savannah are nearly frightened to death upon the discovery of the event organizer's body buried in the nearby woods. More alarming, the local rumor mill says the woman's shady dealings may have egged someone into sending her to an early grave. Now there's no shortage of creepy clues to feast on as Gia and her pals try to stop a killer with a very scary appetite. That sounds good. And pumpkin spice waffles. I think that needs to be a thing if it's not already because that sounds really good. I like anything pumpkin spice in the fall. So the next one is called Digging Up the Remains by Julie Henry. And it says between hosting a haunted house on her lawn, serving on the town's 400th anniversary planning committee, and prepping for the fall festival's 10K fundraiser, Lily's hands are full. She doesn't have time for prickly newspaper reporter Tyler Crane, who's been creeping around town looking for dirt on Goosebush's most notable families, until he's found dead on the race route moments before the start. An unfortunate accident, or did Tyler unearth a secret that someone in Goosebush is willing to kill to keep? By planting nasty rumors and cultivating fear, Tyler sowed a fair share of ill will during his brief time in town. Weeding through the suspects will be thorny, but Lily and her garden squad are determined to root out the autumnal assassin before the fall festival flops. All right. And the next one is called Festivals and Fatalities by Daniel Collins. And this one sounds, I mean, they all sound great, but this one sounds really good too. It says the annual Crab Festival has given Henrietta a chance to sell her stash of nautical antiques. When a friend confides he has found the big one, she is immediately intrigued. When her contact turns up dead, she knows there's more going on than meets the eye. Can Henrietta solve this mystery that is full of secrets, treasures, and shady characters, or will she find herself lost at sea? So that one sounds great too. And I like the ones that have kind of a different festival, like the Outhouse one and the Crab one. It's nice to have something a little different. We get a lot of fall festivals, I find, and a fair number, I think, of Christmas ones. But something a little different is kind of cute. And the blueberry one, I think, sounds great. We do a lot of blueberries here on the East Coast, and I'm sure there's blueberry festivals all over the place. All right, so this one is The Black Cat Sees His Shadow, and it's called A Bad Luck Cat Mystery. Um, I don't think black cats are bad luck. I love my black cat, but anyway, that's what it's called. So it does have a cute little black cat on the cover. So it says the town of Lavender, Texas is buzzing with tourists, and local businesses are pulling out all the stops for the annual Pumpkin Days Festival. On the eve of opening day, Sabrina comes face to face with her doppelganger, Tia Hartwell, a caricature artist at the festival. The similarities between the two women are striking, including their matching black cats. Sabrina learns that her new twin Tia has an enemy, bad-tempered jewelry vendor Calvin Fisher. When Fisher is found slumped over dead in his pickup, Tia tops the suspect list. With the help of her feline sidekick, Sabrina must clear her new look-alike friend before she finds herself in a deadly case of double jeopardy. Ooh, okay. And this one, I laugh every time I read the cover. It's called Truly, Madly, Sheeply. So it's a Pumpkin Falls mystery. And it says it's autumn in New England, and Truly and her fellow Pumpkin Falls private eyes are gearing up for the annual Halloween festival. Aunt True and her new husband Rusty have brought Ethel and Elmer Farnsworth's dilapidated old farm on the edge of town, where they're going to raise sheep and where Truly and her grandparents have volunteered to farm and sheep sit while the newlyweds are on their honeymoon. Sheep sit. Haven't done that. But we'll put that on my bucket list. I'd like to sheep sit. But as always, there are mysteries and secrets afoot in Pumpkin Falls. Jack-o'-lanterns outside the shops downtown are going missing in broad daylight. Plus, someone or something is trying to scare Truly's aunt and uncle away from their new property with some serious spooky hauntings. So that sounds good, and I'm sure there'll be sheep involved, so I can't wait to find out what happens there. Sheep and goats, I don't know, they're just fun animals. All right, the next one is called A Village Fete Murder by Katie Gale. And I never know if that's fete or fete, but anyway, we'll go with fete. The annual village celebration at Berrywick House is underway, complete with over-decorated cake stalls, fiercely contested flower competitions, and even a maze for the disappointed losers to hide in. Julia Bird, now a well-known, even notorious member of the community, with her trusty Labrador Jake, has thrown herself headlong into the festivities, but her reputation for adding drama to any event stands up yet again when she discovers a dead body in the maze. It seems Ursula Benjamin, village know-it-all and prickly baking competition participant, has been strangled, and the killer has to be someone at the fete. As Julia grapples with finding yet another murder in Berrywick, she starts to wonder, could one of the competitive cake bakers have taken the contest to deadly new heights? Or is something darker in Ursula's life that led to her untimely demise? So that sounds good. Oh, just one second. I had to change spots. My laptop was about to die. So luckily we managed to save it. All right, so last one, the festival fiasco. And it says, running low on funds, Macy Spade has accepted a new job as a teaching assistant at Whalers Bay College, presiding over a class on time travel in film and fiction. Macy anticipates a relaxed semester grading papers and browsing the stacks of the college library, but fate has several cruel tricks in store for her. A phone call from crime scene investigator Roddy Overstreet informs her that a body has been found in the dockyards of Whalers Bay in an empty warehouse, storing various decorations and supplies for the upcoming fall festival. The body belongs to Perla Waffler, a 40-something heiress with a distinct lack of social awareness. Having but recently arrived in Whalers Bay, Perla seems largely oblivious to the chilly reception she's received from the locals. But who would hate her enough to kill her? Meanwhile, back at the college, all is not well. The new resident life coordinator, Anatole Graham, is leading a secretive and tightly knit student group some are allegedly calling a cult. Members of the group claim to possess extraordinarily prophetic and magical powers. When the dean of campus life enlists Macy rather, to infiltrate the group, she finds herself drawn into the orbit of two students, Ariana Marlack, a dreamy theology student, and Gareth Friesland, a fedora wearing poet and music lover. When a member of the group is murdered, Macy must act quickly to uncover Harris's true origins and break the spell he holds over the group before disaster falls on all parties. Are these two murders related? That sounds really good and different. Like I don't think we've read. Well, I haven't read one about that may have some kind of cult or someone that's wielding magic in a scary kind of way. I don't know. We'll see what that one's like. But I'm interested to find out what all of them are like. They all sound terrific. So if you like cozy festivals as much as I do, hopefully you'll be able to check one of them out and keep a lookout because there's more coming out all the time and lots of cozy festivals. And maybe as we get closer to spring and summer, maybe we'll get a few more of those ones too. All right, talk to you soon, friends. Bye bye.